Hello and welcome to World Talks here on TVP World with me, Ashim Kumar. Prime Minister Robert Fico of Slovakia said on Thursday that his government in Bratislava will consider retaliatory measures against Kyiv after Ukraine halted the flow of Russian gas through its territory to Slovakia. Fico said in a video message posted on Facebook that his party would consider cutting electricity supplies to Ukraine. Bloomberg has since cited a response from a senior Polish official at the Polish press agency PAP, quoting, Poland is ready to increase electricity exports to Ukraine if Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico fulfills his threats and cuts off electricity supplies. How would this work? Well, to lay this out, we are joined by Yuriy Kamelchuk. He's a Ukrainian Member of Parliament, Committee on Energy, Housing and Communal Services. Welcome, sir, to TP World, and thank you for taking the time.
Good morning, and thank you for joining me.
All right. So, I mean, the energy infrastructure in Ukraine, of course, has been devastated by Russian missile attacks and artillery. Can you give us an idea of what the, what proportion of the infrastructure is currently working and how the country is coping at the moment?
Well, actually, maybe almost 1/3 part of energy infrastructure in Ukraine was damaged by Russian missiles during this almost 3 years. So, and also is a lot of electricity production actually now is stolen on the occupied territories. So I think more than 12 gigawatts now were stolen or damaged by Russian Federation in occupied territories, or just damaged by Russian missiles. So that's the problem now in Ukraine.
So in terms of electricity, where is Ukraine getting it from? So obviously there is some that is made within the country's borders, but is it relying on other countries to supplement that?
Not so much, because we have a nuclear power station, and more than 50% of our electricity production is made by nuclear power stations. One of them, of course, near the Zaporizhia in Energodar city, now controlled by Russia and do not produce any electricity. And I hope in the nearest future we will get it back. And of course, we have hydroelectricity and actually coal electricity power stations, which using coal from Ukrainian mines. A lot of coal mines now are damaged also in the eastern part of Ukraine, but we have also western part of Ukraine where we have coal mines near the Poland border. Actually, it's Chervonograd city and Novovolinsk city. So we also have some big coal mines in the eastern part of Ukraine, which actually really close to the front. So there are a lot of risks to stop those mines, but we still have enough coal and don't have any needs to import coal from abroad. So maybe up to 15 to 20% we produce our electricity from coal power stations.
Understood. So in that case, it sounds as though you're not particularly reliant on electricity supplies from Slovakia. Is that fair to say?
No, it's not fair, because in critical moments we need up to 4 gigawatts, but actually all electricity grids, which is crossing with our neighbor countries, can give us 2.1 megawatts, 2.1 thousand, megawatts. Actually, it's 2.1 gigawatts, the same, and almost 15% now we can get from the Poland. It's about 315 megawatts through the connector Rzeszów-Khmelnytsky line. Actually, we have some projects which can build new interconnectors, but they still didn't start.
Understood. So if Robert Fico goes ahead with his threat and cuts off all supplies from Slovakia, will Poland's current, or the current infrastructure that you have in place, will Poland's electricity be able to simply fill in the gap?
I don't think so, but we also have another line, not only Rzeszów-Chmelnytsky, but also another line, Dobrotvorska and Zamość. And actually, it was a line for exporting electricity from Ukraine to Poland. But now we change some technical moments and maintain it for exporting from Poland to Ukraine, actually. So it can be raised for another, I think, from 200 to 300 megawatts.
All right, and how long will that switch over take? Because, I'm concerned that, it's wintertime, of course, and the need for electricity for heating, for example, is getting extreme, and clearly speed is of the essence.
Actually, they already maintained these interconnectors, but this quantity of electricity will not enough for critical moments. But warm weather help us, warm winter help us not to spend a lot of coal mines, so we don't need so much electricity for heating for this period of time, and I hope the weather will be fine. Actually, maybe it's not so good for agriculture, but for electricity heating, it's good. And I hope also we will renew our energy blocks in power heating stations in the nearest future, because a lot of them also were damaged, and also it's in the western part of Ukraine, not only near the Kyiv or in Kharkiv Oblast, but a lot of energy blocks can be renewed by some components from our Baltic countries, our Baltic friends from Baltic countries, which actually send us maybe one or two big parts for these electricity power stations.
Understood. Now, all these supplies of energy from outside Ukraine, is this part of a European Union effort? In other words, is it being paid for by the EU, or is it a decision that individual countries are taking?
Of course, it's a part of European energy security program, and of course, there are a lot of private companies which actually produce electricity, so they are very interested in it. But sometimes political leaders such as Fico can control the decisions with, some instruments, political instruments, or other instruments in the country. But I hope it will not help him to stop the electricity export from Slovakia to Ukraine, because it will be not so good for understanding Slovakian energy politics in energy security program inside all the Europe, because now we are part of energy system of the Europe. So not exporting electricity to Ukraine will be not helping your friend or another European country inside the European energy system.
Right, certainly. So there are some, how should we put it, disputes, I suppose, between the Slovakian approach and EU policy and direction. Now, let's start. I just want to very quickly get your view on the issue that actually brought this whole thing up from Slovakia, and that is the refusal by the Ukrainian government to renew the contract for gas supplies across Ukrainian territory from Russia. What took it so long? What took the government so long to stop this supply?
Actually, it's not preparedness from our European friends. Austria, Slovakia, and Hungary, they were not ready to choose another alternative ways to get gas from Balkanian stream, actually through the Turkish stream, which is actually also transiting the Russian gas through the Turkey. But also they have another alternative ways and can get gas through the Poland, through the Italy, or another countries. Also they can get LNG gas from US, from Qatar. So, and a lack of maybe gas storages inside their countries cannot help them to be prepared not in the end of 2024 because there is no big financial problem like Fico said that the European Union will have a really big financial problem with not getting money from transit Russian gas, and actually Slovakia didn't get. He said almost 500 million euro, but actually another expert said that it's we are talking only about $120 million. So it's not so big issue like he said. So actually it's like it was like a political issue, not a technical issue, because any raising price for the gas inside Slovakia or Hungary can change future wars for Fico and Orban.
Understood. Well, thank you very much for laying the whole situation out for our audience. Mr. Kamelchuk, do come and see us again soon. Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you. And that's all from us in this episode of World Talks. Goodbye.